Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. I hope you are all doing well this morning. The market has been rather choppy over the last couple of days, but interestingly, it has become very clear in the current structures that we are seeing right now. As choppy as it has been, we can clearly see what is happening with the structures. So whether it is the cryptocurrencies, the yen pairs and the US dollar pairs, we can clearly see that the structures and the cycles that are currently building up. So we're going to be going through that. We are still in corrections in most of the pairs. So let's go and have a look at that. We are going to let's start with the cryptocurrencies. I'm just going to look at the 4-hour time frames just so you can see these current corrective structures. As much as we're not seeing new highs on Bitcoin, we are still pretty much bullish. When you look at the structure, you can actually see what is happening there on Bitcoin. We were looking for these to break to the upside, looking at this to have been all the correction in 3, and then for this to push to the upside. Either that or it was going to do 1, 2, 3, makes a corrective structure here, goes and retests, comes back for a flat and goes to the upside. What are we seeing now? So it does not matter which structure is going to build up here. What is important is that when the structure is complete, we are able to identify that the structure is completed and we are able to take a trade from there. So what I'm seeing here is that we've got a corrective structure here, we've got a 3-wave structure here, and we're expecting another 3-wave structure here. So that means we're going to have a WXY corrective structure. Okay. Sorry, guys, I should have mentioned the chart updates. Chart updates are going to be slightly delayed this morning, but we are currently uploading them on the website. Apologies for the inconvenience. The charts will be up any minute from now. That is the London 1-hour chart updates. Okay. So that is the potential structure that will play out on Bitcoin. No need to rush this on Bitcoin. As we've indicated, this is the structure that we're looking at. So we could be looking at this one as a wave 2 here in this structure, with a flat wave 2, where we've got 1, 2, and then we've got this one as a 3, and then there's a 4, and then we look for this one to make a 5. Now, even if we do make that 5, that means we're still going to have a deeper one here before we push to the upside. So currently correcting within Bitcoin, and we may be looking for this to be at the blue box around these levels. Let's just have a look here. We're projecting a possibility for this to complete around this area. So let's see how it goes when you get to these levels. Okay, we'll be updating that. So that is the structure here. And then we'll look for this to make a push to the upside. That is a potential blue box for Bitcoin. Okay, so we'll look for that reaction around that area. Okay, so obviously the rest of the altcoins will have a similar structure. You'll see corrective structures all around. Let's have a look. Ethereum, same. Ethereum making a flat correction, or rather not a flat, you can call it a zigzag, but it's very close. Remember, according to the rules and the guidelines, the determining point for whether it becomes a flat or a zigzag is if this retraces more than 90%, we'll look at it as a flat. Anything less than 90%, we'll look at it as a zigzag. Let's have a look at that. So if I'm going to do this and I pull this here, let's have a look at where the retracement is there. The retracement is at 78. We didn't switch on the 90%. Let's switch it on. So if we switch on the 90%, there was the 90%, there's the 90%. Can we call this a flat? It's just under, so we'll look at this as a zigzag. So if it's a zigzag, so we are going to expect this to be 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to the downside. Then we're going to have that as a WXY corrective structure. We are currently in this corrective structure as far as Ethereum is concerned. Any pullback, shallow pullback here, we'll look for this to come down to the around these levels, and we look for more upside. So that is the retracement. I'm going to take this off just to check. And the possible blue box will be around this level. Let's have a look. Let's project it. Okay, so our possible blue box will be around this area. That's where we are. So we're looking for that to make a reaction there. Right, that is Ethereum, Litecoin. Litecoin, same. can see Litecoin has made a move down here in 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're looking for this to be a 4-hour, but we can see that it's also making a double here. So possibility of this one here, we do that. If we get this one pulling back at current levels, we'll then look for this one to be a Y, and then we look for a continuation to the upside as follows. Okay, so that's what we have there. Now let's have a look here. If this is going to be one of those textbook double XY corrective structures, this is how we're going to confirm that. So if I take this here to there, pull it back there, and I need to switch on the 0.618. 0.618. There we go. So that means current levels at this here, the second X or the second B, that is where we'll be looking for this one to be a textbook blue box for more upside. Then we'll have that as a WXY structure. With our blue box there. Okay. Let's see what happens at current levels. So we'll be looking at that structure. So for us to confirm that we're going to have a high probable blue box, we need to have this. This is WXY in this degree. Not WXY, it's ABC. In this case, we've got ABC. I'm not going to put on the C here. We've got here A. So if we get a B, we need to get a B for us to confirm that blue box reversal around that area. So if we don't get this B starts at 0.618. If we get it, then we know that our possibility, so the likelihood of this one reversing from the blue box is very high, and we'll be looking at that. So we'll be tracking that and Litecoin. All right, so that is the structure we have on Litecoin. Let's have a look at XRP. Right, XRP. So again, as we're looking at this as a corrective structure, we're looking for this one to be a possible 3, 3, 3 to even retest the top there. But like I keep saying, the corrective structure can play out any move. So what are we seeing here? We've got a move to the downside. We've got 3 waves to the upside here, 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're building up another 3 waves here. Now, if that is the case, we may get this one pushing down here, coming back for another leg here. Then that will complete that structure. But we can even get a structure like this. But this is all speculation for now, not very clear. So we can have this as a WXY corrective structure. So meaning we can still be sideways for some time here. But for now, we've got this short move to the downside, which we'll look for. We'll look for a bounce around current levels to around this level here. That is XRP, Dogecoin. Let's have a look at Dogecoin as well. Let me reload the charts here. Dogecoin. Same. We discussed this structure on Dogecoin. Didn't think it was going to play out so quickly. So we've got this move coming down here, and we're looking for this to come around that level. So we're looking for this structure yesterday. It's already around the level where we expect it to get to. Are we going to get a reaction here on Dogecoin? So let's watch Dogecoin at this level at about 21 cents. ADA. ADA spiking lower again. Exactly where we were about a couple of weeks back with a flash. So let's have a look here. The structure on ADA is not clear at this point. So we'll be watching what happens with this structure. So what do we have here? It looks like we had a running flat, and now we're coming back down with this one. We started this move here with 3 waves down here. So we can get this one doing that, then that will be a complete WXY corrective structure. Okay, that's ADA, Solana. Solana also making a reversal at the previous highs. Remember, Solana, we wanted to see a structure like this. Retest the high, come back for the low here, then we'll have a flat and then we go to the upside. So we're coming down here, likely that we're going to come and reverse around this 113 level here again. Binance had made 5 waves. And we're looking for this one to bounce from here. So the structure seems to be changing with what we're seeing across all the cryptocurrencies. Let's keep an eye on that. So no need to panic for the long-term investors and long-term buyers on the cryptocurrencies. It's all just corrective structures. Right. Dash has made a clear 3-wave structure. We made 5 waves to the downside, 1, 2, 3 up. We're now making an impulsive move to the downside. So we can get something like this here. We can get this one doing that. If it does make a 3 waves to the downside, we're going to have a bounce, come back down and then upside. But if we just go down in a straight line, that means that's all the correction and we're going to see more downside there. Right, so those are the cryptocurrencies. Let's go now to the Forex pairs and look at the DXY. So what we're seeing on the DXY is this corrective structure that we saw yesterday as well, 1, 2, 3, which we're expecting to make a continuation to the downside. So that is still the expectation. Let's have a look at both the 4-hour and the daily. So the 4-hour slightly above 50, but resetting here at the top. So can this start dropping here as we're expecting? That is the expectation there. Didn't draw that clearly. 1, 2, 3, and then downside. Let's have a look at the daily. The daily, remember, has still not traded above, rather below 50 as far as the DXY is concerned. So if this is still above 50 and this is at the bottom, then we are still going to push to the upside. But the structure that we have right now, if we have got this and then it continues lower, that means the RSI is going to drop below 50. This will remain around here at the bottom. So then when we get a pullback, whether that would be a 4-hour, then we know we can start selling that. We can start selling that. That is the DXY. Similarly, the euro, the inverse of the DXY. We want to see, we've already got a move to the upside. We need to see the daily above 50. As long as the daily is not above 50 and this is at the top, and this is below 50, this can still come back down here as follows. And tagging this low here means we're going to see new low here before we push to the upside. As long as there is that the strong divergence there, then we know that there's going to be a reversal. But just like the DXY, this as it is can start pushing to the upside. If we push to the upside as we are, we push to the upside as it is here, that can push to the upside like that. When it pulls back, then we're going to have, so this is going to be pushing to the upside. This one will remain here at the top. When we do pull back, then this one will reset and we've got a setup here for upside, for upside, for upside. Okay, so we need to watch that out on Euro US dollar and the DXY. Pound US dollar. Just like the theme for today, all corrective structures is making a 3-wave correction. Let's have a look at that 3-wave correction on pound US dollar. So pound US dollar, we've made a move down here, 3 waves, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down here as well. So pound US dollar can be coming down around this level before we get another leg to the upside. So we could potentially have a blue box around this level with a current pullback. Let's take this off, Let's put this on the 4-hour. So the 4 hour, this we're going to be looking for the blue box to come around. Okay, so that is our blue box area for as far as pound US dollar is concerned. We'll be looking for this one to make a reversal around these levels here. All right, that is pound US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD still within this corrective structure. This is still the corrective structure that we're in. Let's look at it on the 1 hour. Switch off there. Switch off there. Right. So you've got 1, 2, 3 here. You've got 1, 2, 3 there. We'll be looking for another 1, 2, 3 there. So we could have this one coming around that level. W, X, Y, and then downside. So we've got this one showing upside here, confirming by the indicator. I'll confirm just now that we are seeing upside at this level. You look at that 4 hour setup. That is the 4 hour setup. We are seeing upside. This is upside. This candle is showing us that we're going to see upside here as far as US dollar CAD is concerned. US dollar chief. Let's go to the 4 hour. So US dollar chief, we're still looking for this to make a continuation move to the downside. We've pushed to the upside here yesterday, but this was just at the top here. This was a resetting, so that's why we expected this one to continue to the downside. Even if we do get this one here, we are still bearish the chief here, US dollar chief. So we're still looking for more downside as far as the chief is concerned on the US dollar pairs. So the same way we're expecting euro to come to push to the upside and the DXY to trade lower, we're expecting US dollar chief to trade lower as well. Audi US dollar. Now, Audi US dollar, if you look at that, that's going to be a three-wave correction as follows. We've got a move down here in 3, 1, 2, 3. This is also a three-wave structure. If you look at it on the 4 hour, we look for this one to come down here for a flat correction before we get another leg to the upside. That is the Audi US dollar, looking for more upside there, but we need to see that pullback first. New Zealand, same, except that this one is making a zigzag. These are 3 waves down, these are 3 waves up. We'll expect 3 waves down here, make the structure, and the next leg up. US dollar ZAR. Continues to push to the upside after this corrective structure. 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking for this one to be 1, 2, 3. Same way we had this 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, so US dollar ZAR could be going back to 1540 again. Let's see what happens when we get to that level. Right, now the yen pace, the 3-wave corrective structures continue. If you look at the pound yen, we looked for this to break out yesterday to make a continuation pattern here like that, but as you can see, that is making a double. This is 3 waves down, 3 waves up. We'll expect another 3 waves to the downside for pound yen to take another leg to the upside. That is pound yen. Look at US dollar yen, exactly the same as well. We've got 3 waves to the downside. These are 3 waves down, these are 3 waves up. We expect 3 waves down before a leg to the upside. So that will be a double XY corrective structure. You can see here, that is a setup for downside as far as US dollar yen is concerned, except that the daily RSI will be below, will be above 50. So that will be a risky one to buy as long as the daily is still above 50. So the daily RSI is still above 50. So that's telling us that the trend is still to the upside. Even if we do get that one leg to the downside, we're still expecting more upside as far as the US dollar yen is concerned. Euro yen. The corrective structures continue across Euro yen as well. Simply this. Just need to track the corrections so we can get this and look for upside. Chief yen. It's happening again. It's okay, let's continue with the chief yen. Right, chief yen, we're expecting the same. There's 3 waves down. That's the 3 waves to the upside. So some of you may not see those 3 waves. You may think that that is impulsive. That is actually not impulsive on chief yen. It is 1, 2, 3. This is 1. Look at that spike here at the bottom. That means price traded lower here. Price made a move to the upside. So price can give us 3 waves to the downside, giving us a 3-wave pullback here before we see more upside. Okay, so that is what we have there on chief yen. Let's have a look at the rest of the yen pairs. This is just for completeness sake. We can see that they're all doing exactly the same structures. Look at Audi, 3 down and 3 up. 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 up. Down is the expectation. 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down is the expectation. So we'll project the blue box as it starts trading lower there. New Zealand, same zigzag in this case, 3 down, 3 up, and we're expecting this. Okay, that is in New Zealand, CAD. All these pullbacks we can project the blue boxes for. This is now CAD yen, and also 3 down, 3 up. We're looking for another 3 down here before resumption of the move to the upside. Okay, let's watch all of those. We'll project those blue boxes when they start playing out. Gold, interesting that gold is making a move to the downside. Yesterday we said it's going to come down because we're still expecting US dollar yen to push to the upside, but they're both pulling back now. This looks like a 3-way structure here on gold, but gold, really, we cannot see the structure here. We cannot really see the structure on gold, whether this is a 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 there, and this one is complete at this level, and then we're starting to see a move to the downside. We're only going to confirm when we see a trade setup here. If we're going to have a trade setup at current levels or just below the corrective structure or the lower boundary of this corrective structure as follows, then we're going to confirm that gold is going to make a move to the downside. But this is now turning out to be rather corrective as far as gold is concerned. So we are watching the current price move to look for a corrective structure there on gold. Right, so that's what we have. So any setup here on gold, especially on the 4-hour, we'll look to take it to the downside. Silver. As silver reached the end of the move here. So as far as silver is concerned, the daily is above 50. So there's a possibility for one leg to the upside before we come down, or this would have been completed. If it's completed, that means we've had a 3-way structure here complete, and we're going to start a move to the downside as follows. And if you look at the lower time frame here, you'll see that we've got 3 down here. We can have 3 up here. We can have another 3 down here before we resume the move to the upside as far as silver is concerned. Platinum has completed a 3-wave structure. We wanted to see it push higher more than what we have. This ABC is a textbook ABC corrective structure. The C was slightly longer than what we anticipated, so that we can have this one as a continuation to the downside as follows. That is platinum. Brent crude, some correction currently. If you look at the forecast on the charts that we have on the website, we're expecting a deeper correction from current levels. Okay, we'll be looking for this one Even if we do push up higher, we're expecting a deeper corrective structure on oil before resumption of the move to the upside. So just check out the chart on the website. You'll see that we've got a red degree here as follows. If you check the chart on the website, we've got this one as wave 1, 2, and whatever we're projecting here will be our 3, 4, and then upside. So that means wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then upside. So that is what we're looking at as far as Brent crude is concerned, a corrective structure from current levels to give us the wave 4. Pound Audi traded very close to the target of 82.40. We are looking for this to get to 82.40. Our trade has already moved from here, from 88. Let's look here. So from 86.60, the target is 82.40. So we're looking for a 400 pip move here, very close, just 20 pips shy or 50 pips shy of the target at 82.40 on Pound Audi. Still expecting continuation to the downside. Any continuation pattern here will still take us to the target. Your trade must be safe and risk-free, so you will not lose that and you can protect your profits. Pound New Zealand, we've got this one as a 3-wave structure. We're going to see this pullback here. Mega corrective structure, we'll look for entries around the blue box for more downside. Very clear structure on Pound New Zealand. Pound CAD, the bounce that we've been expecting is actually playing out. It's just very corrective as expected anyway. So we are looking for this one to go to around the 72 area before continuing the drop. Okay, so this was our chart of the week. So we're looking for that one to continue to the upside and look for more downside. This was chart of the week last week. Now look at our Pound Chief. Pound Chief has broken the lower boundary of the channel, and we were looking for this corrective structure as follows: 1, 2, 3, and then looking for this one to drop. Okay, and we do get the drop. We get a pullback. That would have got anybody panicking. If you were on a sell, you'll see that there was a short squeeze, and we're now coming back down here again. So we're still looking for this one to continue lower. As far as Pound Chief is concerned, that's the structure, looking for more downside. Euro Pound. Euro Pound has played out this structure. We expected it to play out that structure. It's just come back down. It's making a 3-way pullback. Looks like we're going to see more downside on Euro Pound. All right, Euro New Zealand. Let's start with Euro Audi. Sort them around. Let's have a look at Euro Audi first. All right, so we had completed all the pound pairs. We've done Euro Pound. We wanted to look at Euro Audi. So Euro Audi, we had a trade from right at the top here, has come down to these levels. So any move here to the upside will be a continuation pattern for one more down before the big reversal on Euro Audi. Okay, so that's Euro Audi trending lower. Euro New Zealand. We've already looked at Euro New Zealand, We're simply looking for this to continue to the downside. Simply looking for continuation to the downside. Euro CAD. Euro CAD, we are looking for Euro CAD, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, and looking for this to continue to the downside. Okay, so that is what we have, a bit of a push to the upside and continuation to the downside. There's a question by Nathaniel. I'm going to read it out here. Jude was saying, I thought as much. I think it was referring to the BTC analysis. So yes, the question, hi, Victor, thank you for your guidance. I want to know why GBP, HIF, and Euro Pound going same direction. Usually they are negatively correlated. Any explanation for that? So the explanation for that is there's something called correlation strength that is covered in the correlation model of the cost. There's a day 10 of the course, where we only cover correlation. We've got that seminar recorded, talks about the correlation over a period of time. So for example, we know that gold and US dollar yen are correlated, but you'll find periods where actually gold and US dollar yen are inversely correlated. That means whenever there is indecisiveness or there's uncertainty in the market, people will prefer to buy the yen pairs, right? So if you rather sell the yen pairs, when you're selling the yen pairs, remember you're buying the yen itself. Okay, if you're selling US dollar yen, you're actually buying the yen, you're selling US dollar. So that means you're buying the yen. So when there's usually when there's uncertainty in the market, people would rather buy the yen currency. Now, the yen currency is a safe haven pair. Gold is also a safe haven pair. So that means if they're buying the yen, they're selling the pair. Okay. And if they are selling the yen, the pair, that means they're buying the yen. At the same time, as much as the yen currency is a safe haven, gold is also a safe haven. So during uncertainty, people will buy gold, people will buy the yen currency. So that's why those two are inversely correlated. So it is not always that the pairs that are correlated will move exactly the same at all periods of the market. You'll find that sometimes the correlation strength, which we can calculate, and we show how to calculate it in the video, you find that it is not as strong, whether inversely or direct. Okay, I don't know if that covers it, Nathaniel. I think if you have attended the course, you can just refer to video 9 on market correlation. You will see how we covered that. Okay, so that is our pound chief that is now trending lower as expected. All right, so just check out video 9 on market correlation. Market correlation, that is covered there. And we also show how to calculate it. All right, let's carry on. Next was, we're done Euro New Zealand, right? You're welcome, Nathaniel. Euro New Zealand, we're expecting just that and the continuation to the downside. Euro CAD, we've looked at as well. Euro Chief should continue lower together with the Pound Chief, 1, 2, 3 down. We also saw this 1, 2, 3 down here. Since here, we have been looking for this to continue to the downside. Okay, so that is Euro Chief. Audi New Zealand, it's playing out pretty well. Audi New Zealand has reached the reversal area. We've got a move down here. Now we've got this three-wave structure, a perfect three-wave structure here on Audi New Zealand. Can we start getting the move to the downside? We had forecasted that move from the top here, looking for this to give us these three waves and then upside. So we're still looking for that now to start dropping from current levels. Audi CAD. Right, Audi CAD has made 5 waves in this lower degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're looking for this to give us a 1, 2, and a correction here like that. So this correction that's currently happening on Audi CAD is in the purple degree. We've got 5 waves in the yellow. We were expecting 5 waves in the purple as well. So the current correction can come down here in 3 waves, and then we look for more upside. Audi Chief. Audi Chief, as much as we are bullish here, we may get this one playing out as a flat, and we get this one coming down here as 3, up and down here before we resume and move to the upside. Let's watch this corrective structure. New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD looks to have completed 5 waves here. We'll be looking for this to give us a corrective structure here, a deeper corrective structure. New Zealand Chief. New Zealand Chief is already giving us a 3-wave pullback. After making that strong impulsive move, we've got a move down here in 3, move up in 3. We're expecting another move down in 3 before resumption of the move to the upside. And CAD Chief, we expected CAD Chief to be making an impulse, but it looks like it will only make the 3 waves with an extended wave C here. So that is the end of the move on CAD Chief with this structure here. Could this be giving us now a 1, 2, 3 down here? Let's watch that level on CAD Chief. Now looking at the indices, there's no new analysis on the indices. It's just a parabolic move to the upside. We've broken the recent highs, the highs on the S&P 500. A pullback will be wave 4 here and the 5. What am I talking about when I say wave 4? You've got wave 1, 2, 3. We could be getting here 4 and a 5. Okay, so that's going to be a continuation pattern to the upside. We're going to have another 5 waves doing that. So for now, we'll be looking for that to pull back with that 3 waves around that level and continue to the upside. So it's the case across all the indices. The Dow Jones Industrial has also broken above the previous high here, looking like 1, 2, 3, looking for this one to actually continue to the upside. We'll wait for setups for more upside across all the indices. The Nasdaq, same, going up in 5 waves after the 3-wave correction. We've got a wave 1, 2, 3. We look for a 4 and 5. Then we look for a deeper one before we push to the upside. UK 100. UK 100 continues to trend higher after breaking out of this corrective structure. We're looking for this to continue to the upside. The DAX, the same also after making the 3-wave pullback here on the DAX, WXY, it has gone and made 5 waves in the green degree as follows: 1, 2. This is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Then we look for this one to give us a deeper corrective structure before resuming a move to the upside. That is the DAX, and then the Nikkei. Now looking at the Nikkei is still tricky at this point, so we want to see what structure we're going to get. We've gapped up higher. Gapping up higher is the same as an impulse, so we'll be looking for this to just give us a move back at around this level. If it does this, then it means we're going to start seeing a continuation to the upside. We'll look at that as when we get more data. And lastly, on the indices, we've got the pullback on the Nifty. This is 3 waves. This is 3 waves. So that 3-wave structure, as you can see, it's not even complete just yet. We can get the Nifty coming around this level, coming back down, and then more upside. Let's look at that on the 1 hour. So looking at the Nifty, we have got this as a 3-wave structure. So we can have this one as another 3 waves. We come back down in 3 and then upside down. That will be a nice WXY corrective structure. And then we'll look for more upside. And that's all for today, guys. Check out the live technical analysis at 10 a.m. GMT. That starts in an hour, 20 minutes from now. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.